I have never been to South Korea in my life, my parents' homeland, but I can imagine it through my mother's stories. Every day in the car when I was in high school, or even before, she would give us the lecture about how she grew up in third world Korea with 5 sisters and only in a single parent household, or how my family became Christians, or why my sister and I should suck it up and go to Hagwon, which is 8-hour academy with math, English, and no escape for the summer. So oftentimes, when she began on her famous lectures, I would be like, "Ario, Amma, I know that you became Christian after Grandpa died and all." But despite all these stories, I never really knew my parents well until now. So some of these stories, some of these secrets were probably embarrassing to my families. Others, I never bothered to ask. I've always assumed that my parents met in church because they were Korean Christians. Of course they would meet in church. But I later found out that from my relatives that they met in a church to protest. And I was like, my parents, they're protesters? They spend all the time gossiping about their neighbors, watching Korean dramas, or watching our favorite football team, the 49ers, lose. How could they even protest anything? And these are the same parents 20 years later that told me, "Oh, Joanne, don't care about global warming or imperialism. You have an A- in algebra. You shouldn't be worrying about that." And I sometimes look at my parents nowadays, and I wonder if I'm going to end up the same in 20 years, if I'm going to be as apathetic and only care about the 49ers winning, which I still do. But would I give up all this energy? Will I have no energy to care about a better America or somewhere to make my world better? But I answer these questions with the same childhood stories about how my mom and her sisters moved to America and got a better life, even without a college degree. They became pastors, they became factory managers, they worked at nonprofits. And I can see the same resilience even with my own flaws and my own heavy stress burdens. And I can say, I won't give up on my dreams and values just because my parents never did as well. Thank you.